Shalom, shalom. Want to say all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaRakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of great millstone who rule well. Shalom to the sincere brethren. I came out there across the four winds, the four corners of the globe, pushing the truth, the good news of Yahweh Shai, proclaiming salvation to the elect of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I'm proclaiming the downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and his wicked empire. So this video is going to be inspired by my encounter with two what looks to be Hispanics or Latino women, which at first glance I was like, okay, they're probably like Ephraimites or one of the Northern Kingdom tribes, but I was like, maybe not. But then they started speaking Spanish, the Espanol. I was like, okay, they probably one of the Northern Kingdom, but then one of them more so looked like one of the Latin tribes, and the other one more so looked like a so-called Edomite. But that's all according to biblical prophecy. I don't know their background because they didn't get that far, but hey, are the Israelites probably is one of them Israelite? Is one of them a Tear or a Edomite? Who knows, man? You know what I mean? The spirit will reveal that ultimately, but hey, that's according to biblical prophecy concerning the tribe of Ephraim, which is the so-called Puerto Ricans, and really the whole Northern Kingdom, what we call the Latinos and Native Americans in general. Because as most of us know, a lot of them are so-called light skinned. A lot of them even look like Edomites, man. A lot of them are Edomites, Tares as we will call them, and but the majority of them we know to be Israelites, same way. So this is the book of Hosea chapter 7 verse 8. Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. Ephraim, which are what we call today the so-called Puerto Ricans, which is the head of the Northern Kingdom, which represents the tribe of Ephraim, but it represents the Northern Kingdom as a whole. You understand? So Ephraim has mixed himself among the people. So-called Latinos, Native Americans, has mixed himself amongst the people. And who is the main people that they mixed themselves amongst? The Edomites, man. Dealing with the Latinos, mainly the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Colombians, Brazilians, they mix themselves amongst the Spaniards, man. You know what I mean? The Mexicans, they mix themselves amongst the Spaniards. Certain countries more heavier than not, like places like Argentina. Hey, the mixture is heavy there, man. Where there's a whole lot of tears down there in Argentina, man. You understand? But that's not going back to prophecy. They're mixing myself amongst what? The people, mainly the Edomites. And you have the Gadites and the Reubenites here. The Gadites especially, they mix the Native Americans, they mix amongst the Edomites, whether it be the French, the Dutch, the British. You understand? That's why a lot of them come so-called light complexion or damn near Edomite looking, man. You understand? Straight Ephraim is a cake not turned, a cake not turned, what? It's dark on one side and very light on the other side. So you have Ephraimites, you know what I mean, and so-called Latinos that are very light Latinos, man. You understand? And then you have very dark-skinned Latinos, man. David Ortiz, Sammy Sosa, which he went from dark to light. Hey, that's because of the white supremacy, man. That's because they are messed up. Because that's big amongst the Latinos too, man. Bleaching their skin, blonding their hair. That's big, and hey, that's the spirit. Because one of the Latino women that I encountered, older woman, hey, she had so-called blonde hair, man. Now, was she naturally blonde? I don't think so, but you know what I mean? That goes back to, hey, is she an Israelite? Is she an Edomite? Hey, the spirit is gonna reveal that, man. And I'm gonna get into that when the time of judgment come of separating the Israelites from the heathen, man, the wheat from the tares. But it says what? Ephraim is a cake that turns, so you have very light-skinned Latinos, very dark-skinned Latinos. So you can't get caught up on skin complexion, man. Skin complexion, like brothers always say, is what? An indicator. But it's not the end all be all, man. It's not close to it, man. It's not close to being the end all be all, man. Because you have dark-skinned Edomites. You have dark-skinned Elamites, East Indians. You have dark skinned Ishmaelites. You have dark skinned Moabites, so on and so forth. The majority of the heathens are dark skinned, man, or have complexion. So this thing is not about skin complexion. You understand? This thing is about being an Israelite. It's about lineage. It's about bloodline. So what? Seed is according to your father. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he know it not. Can't strangers have devoured his strength? Who's that chief stranger? The Edomites, man. As you have these majority of these Latinos walking around thinking that they're white or they're closer to being white than being to the so-called black man. You know what I mean? It's Puerto Ricans, Mexicans. You know what I mean? They've been so brainwashed or brain polluted that they're looking down and siding with the so-called white man before coming together with their brothers from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which are the so-called blacks, West Indians, and Haitians. Strangers have devoured the strength, and he know it not. Can't. Because being, you don't want to be an Edomite, man. But you have the majority of the northern kingdom wants to be Edomites. But they bugged out. They know it not. That they don't know the they don't know Hosea 4 and 6. They don't know the consequences that come with being an Edomite, man. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he know it not. Yeah, gray hairs are here and there about him, that he know it not. So basically, hey, that's why this truth had to come to Judah first, man. Now I mean Judah had to get this truth first and then wake up the rest of the tribes. Because if we waited for the northern kingdom, they majority of them are totally bugged out, man. Silly. So Ephraim is a silly dove. You know what I mean? They're thinking that the Edomites, they're thinking that the so-called white, they're thinking being light complexion is better than being dark skin. They are messed up, man. You know what I mean? That's why they be blonde in their hair, man. Blonde in their hair, lightening their skin. And there's a thing amongst the Latinos of bettering the race, man. Bettering the Raza. And what does that mean? Getting with a so-called white person or getting with a lighter complected person to better the race, which is what goes back to all white supremacy. Goes back to what? Ephraim mixing himself amongst the people. You understand? Not understanding that what? Being an Edomite, you don't want to be an Edomite, man. Being an Edomite is a curse. Being so-called white is a curse, man. Even looking like a white person is a curse, man. Which that in and of itself, you being an Israelite that look like a white person, that's a curse, man. That's not cool. You know what I mean? That's not cool. It is what it is, but it's not cool, man. It's not something that you want to boast about, really, man. This book of Hosea chapter 9, verse 13. Ephraim, as I saw, Tyrus is planted in a pleasant place. And this is really future prophecy. That pleasant place is what? Puerto Rico. Because that's where the Ephraimites chiefly dwell. Well, really, majority of Ephraimites left that pleasant place and came to America, man. Ephraim, that's the spirit. Ephraim, as I saw, Tyrus is planted in a pleasant place, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. Majority of Ephraimites really migrated to America, man. There's more Ephraimites in America, so-called Puerto Ricans, than in Puerto Rico itself. What, they're bringing forth their children to the murderer, the so-called white man, the so-called American white man, man. I mean, and what did he do with the Puerto Ricans? He put them in the projects with Jake, send them off to the military, fighting in Vietnam. You know, I mean, these different wars. Because Ephraim makes up so-called Puerto Ricans make up a large part of the American military, man. They have a high ratio of Puerto Ricans in the American military, man. What? Fighting for the murderer, fighting for their conquerors, man. The so-called white man, man. Because they went from being on Spain to being on America. The so-called Spaniard white man to being on the American white man. Two more murderers, man. You know what I mean? And they latch on to them, man. Latch on to that Spanish, latch on to that American identity, man. Totally bugged out. And so Hosea 4 and 6 says what it says. It says what? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You understand? I'm not gonna get it, but that's what it says. But hey, we can't get to in that same break we can't get too caught up in skin color, man, because this thing we always say is not about skin color. Yes, the Jews of antiquity were primarily dark skin, but you always had lighter skinned Jake around, man. That's part of a genetic variation, man. You understand? So just because a Jake light skin at the same time, that don't mean he's necessarily so-called mixed. That's the most high You know what I mean? That's a variety amongst Israel. But yes, a lot of the times it's because of mixture, which is mainly dealing with the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, because there's light skinned jakes amongst the southern kingdom too, because of what racial mixing with the so-called white man, but it's very predominant amongst the northern kingdom, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans. This is the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So at the end of the day, it don't matter how you look, your skin complexion or whatever. Hey, if you're an Israelite, this word is going to connect with you. If you look like an East Indian and you're Israelite, this word is going to connect with you. If you're Israelite of the elect, this word is going to connect with you, man. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, hey, if you happen to look like a different nation, so be it, man. You know what I mean? You don't boast in that, because that's what Israel get bugged out at. Yo, they have they look like an Edomite. They boast in that. They look like a East Indian. Like amongst Benjamin, they have this thing called a coolie hair, man. You know what I mean? Like your hair is like a East Indian type hair. They boast in that. Nah, man. You mean as boast in being being an Israelite, man? Not the fact that you look like another nation. You know what I mean? Especially an Edomite. That's told, but that show you how warped our people brain is, man. Especially dealing with in this video dealing with the Northern Kingdom, the Ephraimites. So warped to think looking like an Edomite, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And that should even seep into the Southern Kingdom same way. You are so-called Jamaicans, man. You bleaching your skin. You damn fucking bugged out Jamaicans, man. Want to look like a so-called white man, man. The tribe of Benjamin, but really particularly the so-called Jamaicans of the tribe of Benjamin bugged out, man. Bleaching your damn skin. But hey, that's to show you, man. The whole head is sick, man. From Judah and both Judah and Ephraim, man. Northern and Southern Kingdom. But in this particular video, I'm dealing with the Northern Kingdom because that was my encounter. Whether they be truly Northern Kingdom or they be Spaniards or whatever, I didn't get to that point. But hey, you have Ephraimites that look just like how them two women look, man. One of them also looked like a Latino. The other one looked like a more so like a straight up Edomite, man. But guess what? You're gonna have that same women. You understand? But we not carnal. We dealing what we dealing spiritual. You understand? We not carnal men. We are men. We spiritual men. So this is book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is it's like the kingdom of heaven. Matthew chapter 13, verse 24. The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. That's the Israelites. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares amongst the wheat. That's what the men of these different nations laying down with the Israelite women, rape. Some of them rape. A majority of it is rape, but a lot of it willingly, especially in these days and times. And these Israelite women producing what? Edomite babies, Moabite babies, Ishmaelite babies, so on and so forth. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. Come, so you have you have our tares, man, heathens amongst the Israelites, man, and it's especially heavy, to be honest, amongst the Northern Kingdom, man. Guys mentioned before, places like Argentina, places like Uruguay, heavy, even amongst the tribe of Ephraim, different places where the Spaniards wreaked havoc upon the indigenous tribes and the Negroes in those places. Brazil, you know what I mean? Places like that where, hey, they really brought in Edomites from Europe to populate those places, man. A lot of different places, man. So you see so-called straight up white Brazilians, and you see so-called indigenous Brazilians and Negro Brazilians, man. Because what? That's the miscegenation right there, man. That's the tares and the wheat and the tares. But while men slept, his enemies came and sowed tares amongst the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then had it these tares? So Israelites versus non-Israelites. He said unto them, as an enemy had done this, the heathen has done this, chiefly the Edomites, made our people, look like them, man. Mix with our women. He said unto, well, they're not our people if their father is an Edomite. You understand? He said unto them, an enemy had done this. The servant said unto him, will thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, can't. So it's not us carnally to say, oh, he looked like an Edomite. He too light skinned. Oh, nah. The spirit is going to bear it out. Really, the angel is going to do the separating, the wheat from the tares, the elect from the non-elect. But he said, nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Come. See, a person might look a certain way. You say, nah, you write them off. That's an Edomite. Nah, that's not an Edomite. That's an Israelite. That's a Judite. That's a Benjamite. You know what I mean? That's an Ephraimite. That's a Naphthalite. That's a Zebulonite. Hey, they might look like blonde hair, everything, but guess what? That's a jig. That's why ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. The harvest is what? The end of the world. The end of the economy, the end of the world. The nuclear destruction. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. And the reapers, who? The angels. The angels know who is who, man. The angels know who's an Israelite, who's not an Israelite. The angels know who is the elect and who's the non-elect. You understand? But hey, I hope this was edifying. So at the end of the day, yeah, so-called Latinos, the Ephraimites, Puerto Ricans, they have mixed themselves amongst the people, where a lot of them very light skinned. A lot of them even look like so-called white people, man. But guess what? If their father is Ephraimite, of the bloodline of Ephraim, hey, they are Ephraimite no matter how they look. They are Israelite no matter how they look. You understand? And that's the understanding that we got, man, through the scriptures from our apostles on down. It's not about skin color. It's not about skin complexion. It's about the spirit. It's about bloodline. It's about lineage. It's about being an Israelite. So with that, I want to say all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaRakakwadash, double honor to the apostles, elders of great millstone and rule well, and shalom to the elect.